Hello Mechwarriors and Battletech enthusiasts out there. Let me introduce you to 3D printing your miniatures for Battletech, in my case 1/100th scale, so 15 millimeters. I grabbed my files at Gambody, Cults 3D, and there are files on my mini factory. All the links to the relevant sites are down in the description below. And just a small shout out before we start fiddling around with the files, supporting them, and printing, hardening, and curing them. This video is kinda sponsored by Chitubox, so thank you for the opportunity to try out Chitubox Pro in this occasion. So let us dive right into the 3D printing madness.
Reactor online, sensors online, weapons online, targeting computer online. All systems nominal.
So now it's time to put the miniatures files onto the printing plate so that we receive physical miniatures at last. And this is a Chitubox Pro version 1.2.0. This one was sponsored to me by Chitubox for a 90 days trial, and I want to show you the difference between Chitubox basic version in my last video, where I talked about Adaptus Astartes from the user, or better to say creator, Fummelfinger. Here we go on with the Battlearmor, and I've got those here. These are files from the Gambody side from Maverik. These are the single pieces of the miniature. I put them together into leg parts and torso parts in the 3D builder, and I just will drag and drop these into the Chitubox. And you can see down below here is the bar how much progress has been done. And after this is done, it says, oh, there is something you need to repair it. Would you like to? Yes, maybe. So this is the model that needs to, oh, come on, where is it? That needs to be repaired. And maybe there are some small holes or stuff where the program would screw up. So I will close small holes. And I will go back to start. Would you like to keep the original? No, the repair only. So, here we are. These are two pairs of legs and two torso of the Shadow Cat, and let me recall, this is configuration C. This one and, no, this one and configuration T, this on the front here. So I need to try to put all these pieces to the printing plate. The good thing about these Chitubox Pro is the small addition of the handle of the printer. I've went with the Elegoo Mars. This one is the printer I use here. These are my settings. You can pause the video to see what it is here. There's a bottom layer count of 3. This is exposure time 30 seconds each. Then we got the exposure time of 3.5 seconds with a layer height of 0.03 millimeters. This exposure time I checked with the Phrozon Aqua Gray 4K resin I used. I've went with 2.5. This was way too less. Then I go up to 3. It felt a bit sticky when I released and washed the miniature, and with 3.5 per second it is nearly perfect. These are the advanced settings, and you can put your resin in the same, your printer into the same settings if you use the same resin. So this Pro version looks a bit different. Here on the side we got all our objects that are right now loaded in. Here we could choose the profile which we want to use. We got our bar to see the different layers. We got this small cube up here where you can auto rotate the camera into fixed positions, or you can go with the free cam. And this is a bit different. We got the start section, we got the prepare section, repair, support, analyze, measure, and the settings for help. We got all our working tools here. We got a little example here what this support will cost for the whole print and for the supports. If you want to reduce costs on supports because you think this is just trash and you will throw them away, you can reduce the support pricing here. And this is a nice feature of the Pro version, I think, to keep in mind what this thing would cost. In the basic version, you only see the estimated cost in the end when you've rendered the whole thing. So we will drop the cost totally and exponentially when we go on to hollow these pieces. The important things are the legs into version 2, this, and the Shadowcat T. Those are the important pieces. If I could put those on the plate too, this would be fine, but let us see. So I mark the body, go on to prepare, then I want to hollow. You can do several things like auto rotation, where the program renders the thing that it thinks it would work best with the rotation in regards of supports. You can cut the model into pieces if it's too big. You can split the model if you used a object that's put together from several objects. So I will just copy this one, and I copy it just one time. And I want to split this one. Keep the original. No, I copied already. So I split this to all the pieces that I put together in the 3D printer, and I can just remove single pieces right here. So I can say select all. No, I want only to remove the fist. So it's away. Or I want to remove this autocannon, or the support thing from the laser, or better to say ghost rifle, or stuff like this. I want to remove the whole arm. It's away. This one, away. I want to remove the antenna, or maybe the window pieces here, to print the cockpit into clear resin that you can see through. Or I want to remove this flap, or this rod in between, or the whole back of the torso, or the cockpit section, or this additional thing here. So you can remove single pieces into the slicer and don't need to open the 3D builder or stuff all the time. So this is nice if you go with this puzzle approach on the miniatures. But I only want to hollow the thing. I hollow it, and I go with a wall thickness of 1 mm and a 30% density grid within the model. So I apply this one. It works like this, very fast. And then it would show me the lowering level here to show me where the interior is gridded. It's like this. You can see it here. There's the grid of all these several objects I put together. And you can see here the estimated price dropped by €1. And I would do it with the legs again. And also you can select all the pieces together with the STRG, the command button, and then hollow them all together. This is a good thing that you can proceed all these pieces at once. It would take a bit longer, of course. These are 3 pieces, but you only need to click once on the hollow thing. So the next thing is to get the supports. There I fiddled a bit, and I found out a setting that's really nice for auto supports. I will show it to you. Give me just a second. And you see here, the price dropped to €5 and 64 euro cents. So this is nearly half, only because I've hollowed the miniatures. So next up, mark everything, select, deselect, and we go with the legs. So this is the thing we want. No, wait. We start with the torso. We will rotate this. This is a nice thing. This is in the basic version too. You can rotate this by push of a button by 45 degrees instead of the 90 degrees that was before. Then I will put this up like this, maybe. And I show you the supporting thing. This is supports. So you got the auto proceeding for the measurement where the support can be put. And here you got the of course you got all the button pushes and what to do with which shortcut. Dang it. And here is a small little window that shows you where the supports are, at which thickness and length and everything. You can change this here in this standard window, or you can change it like here, just right here in this window, and there is an immediate response what would be changed. So this is my setting for the supports, and this is the settings for the auto support. I've checked this one with another setting with the touch tip distance, really short, and something around 2 to 3 millimeters. And there was very many supports near the miniature, and this was very hard to remove them. So I've increased this value to 5. And when I click on all, it would auto support the whole miniature, and you will see what the result is here in a second. And I hope that the supports would be set nice. So this is everything. These are the supports. And as you can see, they are spaced evenly. They are mostly in the back and on the antenna here. And as usual, you could theoretically go to this button here, edit the supports, mark a support like this structure piece of the support or the tip, and you can fiddle around with it. But I think they are set well enough, and we shall proceed with the next thing. You can read the instruction manual, the help button, and let you show what this merge support, symmetrical support, and all this is. But for the basics, you don't need this, I guess. And we go to the next piece. As you can see, the supports cost me €0.21, and this increases the price of all these pieces right now to €5.48 estimately. So this could change a bit when we slice this one totally. So this is the other piece, and maybe the legs would fit just in between here. When we rotate them a bit, like maybe this one goes here. Why is the camera on the object? I don't know. This was scary. And the other one like this. No, maybe something like this, and this would be rotated like this. So we could theoretically, oh, I know why this was. I pulled the these arrow things, so the object would stay in the center all the time. And if I click on the object and drag it around like this, it do the same. Why does it do this? I don't know. Just don't mind. This is fine. I want to rotate the pieces a bit, like maybe into this direction. If I do this, there could be a problem on this antenna, maybe. And I want to rotate this one like this a bit, so that the time is not increased that much. And theoretically, this could work. Just let us see where the supports will merge on the objects. Maybe we put the torso a bit like this on the side, and this one would be rotated like this, so this is nearly around the same height. So I mark or select everything, I go to support, this would be proceeded or pre-processed. And after this is done, there is the magic push of the plus all button so that every support will be set. If you like to support your things yourself, it is the option with this plus, and you go here and it will show you where the support will go when you go with this manual method. So, plus all. Magical button. I like this one. I like this one really. And then everything is done that we need to do to support those miniatures. Then there is only the thing that the Chitubox program needs to slice, so put the objects like they're on the printing plate and all the supports into one file that the printer can use. So we go back to start and see what's the thing. Is there something wrong? Here is everything's fine with this antenna. There is nothing that stood over the printing plate there. Not even the supported area. Then we got this side. This is fine. We could put all the pieces a bit more together into the center here. Like this. Put this one like this, and maybe the torso here could fit with the antenna right in between those supports. Something like this. And maybe... oh, wait. And maybe we got a place for some elementals so I can show off the scaling. So I will turn around this body, put it in between there, or put everything a bit more onto this side. Legs too. This is not fine. There is a problem with the antenna and the supports. So I need to go like this if I want to put them really close. Then I don't know why the cam is fixed on this piece. Just need to figure it out. But it's not that bad right now. Just a little inconvenience. So there are no supports overlapping with the model. Yeah, this is... oh, wait. Is this support overlapping? No, this is... is this close? So maybe I pull it down a bit like this. It is close, but it's not overlapping. So the torso could be adjusted like this. Here. And then we got some place here on the plate where I could add elementals. Yes, the battle armored infantry of the clan warriors, and I opened a window like this. Those are the elementals. I don't want to use the jump pack elementals because those pieces are too big. I know this already. Those are my elementals that I imported right now, and they are too small in my 1:100 scale or 50mm scale. Those miniatures I've downloaded here on Cult 3D. I hope I remember to put the links in the video description. Those are for free. I need to scale them to 178%. I checked this one out. So that there are roughly slightly above 3 meters in this scale. So there are like this. Every miniature would be rotated back 45 degrees. Every miniature could be hollowed, but they are such small miniatures, so I don't think that it needs to be hollowed at all. and all those elementals will be supported with the button push of the auto support, so that I don't need to select each model and support it, go back to the other window and stuff like this. Then I need to put them onto the plate where is some room for them. I could put one of those in between this, but there needs to be another leg position. This one is better for this gap to be filled. Then there is this guy, so we got 2 elementals. We got another one, but we need to use a flipped feet position, this like this, to mind the gap. Then this one could be rotated by 180 degrees to fit into here, and we could fit this one into here. So we got 5 elementals, but we still got place on this plate, and I guess it's better to fill up the plate for the most value, so that we just only need to go with 1 printing plate for the most miniatures. I use this model, copy it 1 time, and then after this I will mirror it over the this is the X axis, this is the epsilon axis, so I will mirror it over the epsilon or the X. This is no, wait, this one, yes. So that is mirrored and got the laser thing on the other arm. Then I need to flip it around and oh no, don't select everything. Does it fit here? Not so good, I guess. So I need to search for another place for this one. And this is the thing with slicing, or better to say preparing the models for printing. This one would fit there, maybe. Ah, this is very close. Maybe I could put it down a bit like this. I guess this is better. And there could go one of those elementals with a... Or I can push the torso on the side like this. Then I need to adjust those guys. And here, and this, and that. And we will use him, and we will copy this one once. We will grab it, put it here, and mirror it over the epsilon axis. And this one fits right here. This is fine. This is really fine. So is there any place that we can use more? Maybe... no, I don't think so. So the next thing is just slicing with the single parameter. There is the option into Chitubox Pro with multi-parameter. If your printer support this, you could print maybe the supports, the lower levels of the whole print, with another setting than the higher or stuff like this, but I use just the single parameter and slice the thing. So everything would be sliced, and I would go to the other window where the program calculates the total cost, the approximate printing time, and in this case I found out that my printer often, when the file is on the USB flash drive and I put it into the printer, adds roughly, let me say, 15 to 20% time. I don't know why this is, but I'm fine with it, because I'm not in a hurry while printing those miniatures. I got the time. So we see us in the next window after a few seconds. So here we are. This is the window where everything is calculated. We got the Elegoo Saturn S with the Phrozon 4K. This is the estimated milliliter volume, the weight of all the pieces together, including the supports. This is the total price of everything that we will print. And this one is the price of the supports, I guess. So this could be not, maybe could not be the total price of everything, just the price of the models, because we've seen this number down here. Maybe this would be changed with the next setup, cause this is irritating to me. For my viewing pleasure, cause it's a lower value, I guess this is the price for everything that would be printed. This is the estimated time, 9.5 hours, so it would be roughly 11-12 hours for me on my printer, but this is just inconvenience by my printer. As usual, on the basic version you can go down with this layer slider here to see where all the supports are and get a better view where all of the connectors are. And for all your pros that would like to min-max your print, this is the stage where you can see all the things on the miniatures. And we just only need to save this file, like save it on the desktop and call it Shadow Cuts. And if this file is written, that is proceeding just right now, I will put it on a USB flash drive and start the printing process together with you. So here we are at the printer Elegoo Saturn S, and I've got my USB flash drive right here. Put it into the side back here, and it started to blink. It got power. Next up, this small display, same as every Elegoo machine, go on print, and you can scroll through the files that are on this stick. There is only this Shadow Cats file I've just prepared with you together, and just go onto the file like this. You got another preview. Is this the file we want to print? Yes, it is. I go on play. And now the printing plate, this one, would lower into the fully filled vat and we'll start printing. And we got our small display here. These are 3001 layers. We got a time of 1 minute just right now, 1%, and this would be the estimated time of printing when the bottom layers are done. And I guess as you don't got that much time, I will show you the results in a second. So here we are at the printer, and the printing time was 11 hours and 29 minutes. I've just shut the printer down so that the filter does not make any noise while I'm recording. And now it's time to release the print from the print plate. First things first, just wear gloves like this. I've got the printer there, I got my tool here, and I got a little vat of a isopropanol alcohol where I will drop the pieces just right now, and will wash them in the subsequent phase of this process. First remove the cover and put it away. Then I have opened this little vat here. Next up, loosen the screw, grab your tool, and get rid of this excess resin so that it doesn't drip on the floor that much. And after that you can just quickly check how's printing went, and if there are heavy lines somewhere or some misprints, but it doesn't seem like this. And just put the tool under the bottom layer and wiggle around a bit so to release this bottom layer from the printing plate. And as you can see here, the printing plate was not leveled perfect. On this side here, the bottom layers are not as thick as on this side, but this does not affect the print that much, so it is fine. And it needs a bit of dexterity and a bit of brute force to get rid of these bigger supports, or the bigger areas where the supports are, because they stick really hard. And after we remove this, be careful, just scrape a bit over the printing plate. Are there any artifacts sticking to it? No, there are none, so everything is fine. Put the plate back for the next print. Tighten the screw. And after that, get this printing piece into the vat. And I went to the bathroom and washed this, break apart some of the pieces and wash the individual parts. And when this all have dried from the isopropanol alcohol, I will show you the results and how to remove the supports next. I've put down the shadow cats on a paper towel, leave them some time to dry. And now it's the moment where I can remove the supports. Some of the pieces are still a bit wet-ish in the recesses and all these smaller gaps, but it's okay. We can proceed right now. And for this, I simply grab the piece and pull these supports gently off and throw them away. So like this. Nothing special. You also can use your fingernail to push them away and get rid of the supports this way. And for this purpose it is very good that the density is a bit lighter, so it is easier to remove them and you don't need to cut away each and every support. So main part is ripped off, and now it's time to clean up these pieces. So get rid of all these small supports, and if there are some stuff sticking on the surfaces, just get yourself an X-Acto knife, cut them away like this, and you're good to go. Sometimes supports are merged a bit with the surface of the printed piece. That's not too bad. Just cut it away like this. Or if you're a perfectionist or want to print for other people's on a commercial level, maybe you could check out this miniature on the slicer again and maybe move the supports around a bit so that you just can rip the supports off and there is nothing like these support and surface merging, or these supports are even better so you don't have that much work on a single piece if you want to print it for a client. But I guess for the private use, just a casual 3D printer guy or gal that we are, this one is totally perfect. And I just get rid of all these small pieces. And after this one, I put them in a box, in a small box, this one, card box, and I filled it with aluminium foil. So I put them in here, like this, and then I grabbed two lamps, UV lamps from the nail design store, and put those on top, like this, and just give it roughly 120 to 240 seconds of UV light from each side. So just from the top, just this side, the other side, and from the back, so it would shine on the down below parts as well. And then we're good to go, and we got the results that you can see on the turntable next. So here we are at the turntable, and this is the same shot you saw in the intro. 2 shadow cats and some elemental battle armor for the clans, for classic Battletech, Alpha Strike, or whatever kind of game you want to play with those miniatures in this scale. I hope you liked the video and can make some sense out of my rough explanations, and maybe you want to start Battletech 1/100th scale too. In this case, just grab the files, put them on the printer, get them printed, and maybe you want to show me your pics of those miniatures on our Instagram account. This is Team Titanicorn, link down below. And just a final shout out to Chitubox. Thank you for kind of sponsoring this video and giving me the opportunity to this 90-day trial version of Chitubox Pro. Is this program worth the purchase? I would say it depends. If you just want to tip your toes into 3D printing, go to their site and download the basic version. If you are a bit more into 3D printing and want to go full on for the next year on printing several miniatures and scales and stuff like this, I recommend this version course. There is much magic that can be achieved with this one. Just the way the auto supports work, or the repairing and preparing stages with the cutting of the miniatures and the splitting options. So if you want to go deep into 3D printing, just give Chitubox Pro a go. If you want just to tip your toes, go with Chitubox basic version. And as always, this is it for today. I am Dizzyfinger from Team Titanicorn, out for today. Keep on wargaming!